We about to do it like this.
Oh, goodness.
What?
Oh, yeah. Is that Rex in effect?
No, it's not Rex in effect. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. And just for your information, that is the same intro music we've had on our audio podcast, Dirty Helmet. That is our boy Mega Ran, who was nice enough and kind enough to lend us the permission to use that as a part of our show. Welcome, everybody.
Welcome.
I know you guys are curious because you don't see Makita. I'm very sorry. She's going to be with us in maybe another 30 minutes or so. So we are actually going to try to keep this Thizenang going until she gets here.
Yeah, boy.
So, Dirty Helmato, it's been a couple weeks, man.
Been 1 week, actually 2.
Yeah, it's been a couple weeks. We didn't do a show last week because I was lazy. Everybody else was ready. I wasn't.
Yeah.
I really didn't have a whole lot to talk about. They wanted to talk about their toes. They wanted to talk about the steak that they cooked the other day. Jay wanted to talk about his new hairdo and his new shirt. And I was like, nah, I don't want to talk about that show. He got upset, but, I slapped him just like Kevin Hart did Dave Franco in that Madden commercial. And everything's all good now. Did you see that Madden commercial yet?
That mess was funny.
Dude, I was rolling. I was rolling. I only needed maybe like the first 30 to 45 seconds of the commercial, and that would have been enough for me. Just watching him slap him, and just the count, the look on both of their faces, Kevin Hart just go. I was like, oh my gosh, that's so crazy. Oh man. But yes, Madden 15, yay. Okay, next. It's football. You know what it is, people. Madden's
Nobody cares about Madden.
Yeah, a lot of people care about Madden.
They do, actually.
All little pro. Only reason me and you don't care about it is because we suck. Pretty much.
Speak for yourself, Bodie.
Okay. I suck and you suck a little bit less, but you still suck too, because you don't be playing Madden either. You don't be playing Madden either.
Well, Madden's a good game, but it's just they change up so much stuff, and it's like
it's ridiculous. Every time I play that game, I go, okay, what are the controls again? How do I stop people from scoring?
Because you know what? It takes you a whole year to get used to the controller, and then the next year they change it, and it's just like, wow, did they really just do that? And
honestly, I think it's just because I'm not passionate enough about football anymore to really play it. I think I've come to the conclusion that that's what the real problem is for me. Because I know when it comes down to NBA, it doesn't matter if it's NBA Live or NBA 2K.
Actually, it does matter if it's NBA Live.
It does, but you know that if they said it was halfway decent, and that
I would probably buy it.
We would buy it, and we play both of them. It'd just be that. That's just how we are with basketball, and that's how people are with Madden. They just love football so much that they in it to win it because it's the only NFL game out there. So it's like bump what you heard, Madden all day, slapping people in the face and running.
Pretty much.
So tell me, what have you been playing? And please don't tell me you've been playing Battlefield and Titanfall, because we play that all the time in NBA. Tell me you play something new, something fresh, something that you can actually talk about and say something new about. Hint.
Yeah, I can. I can. I've been playing with, first of all.
Ew, no. We don't want to know what you've been playing with. We want to know what you've been playing. My gosh, this is freaking. This is a PG show. Oh, El Gato. Sorry.
Been messing around with that. Yeah. Okay, El Gato. Been trying to get used to that. Because we got some stuff coming up about that. And I actually downloaded a couple of those free Microsoft Xbox 360 games they had. That motocross, that's actually pretty fun.
Oh yeah, the moto. Actually, now I think about it. Yeah, the motocross game is actually supposed to be good. Let me stop
It-
shaking my head.
nah, it's good. You get your little avatar, and then you go up and you do people up, and with your little motorcycle, you can do backflips. You can. That's boo,
No,
corny
I'm
man.
just playing. I'm just hating. I'm just hating. Actually,
Why?
well, let me
You,
put it this way: if it's anything even close to Excite Bike, maybe I'll try it.
oh, it's a lot better than Excite Bike.
Is it really?
Oh yeah,
Because Excite Bike is a classic. You know that, right?
it is a classic. It's a fun
I would
game.
play that game for hours today because that game is just that fresh.
Yeah, motocross is fun. I actually had a good time playing it. I enjoyed the game, and I had it going there for a little bit. They have another little first person shooter that's a free to play on there. God, I forgot the name of it.
Crimson Johnsons,
No, oh my God, I
Strike Suit, blah blah blah.
yeah, that's it. You know what? It'll come to me like 5 minutes before the shows up. But because I've been playing the motocross, that's fun. I put a couple of hours into that. Actually, I started playing The Witcher 2 again, getting
You
hyped
know,
up for Witcher 3.
I have yet to break that out of my free library yet. I gotta do that one day soon. One day soon. But you know why I'm probably not gonna do it one day soon?
Why?
Because I got Watch Dogs from GameFly, so I'm probably not gonna break that out for at least another month. And then
Well,
you know what I'm gonna be into in another month. I'm
yeah,
gonna be
Destiny,
I'll be
Destiny and NBA. That's what we're gonna be playing. So it's nah, yeah, the reason that's why I started playing the Witcher 2 because I know three's coming out in like 5 months, whatever. And
uh,
when you play a game like The Witcher, you gotta really play it. You can't. It's not one of those games you pick up and you just breeze through. You really gotta play it. So
yeah.
like right now, I don't have much going on. I mean, the summer's winding down. I mean, the next big thing for me is gonna be the new NBA game.
Mhm.
That's pretty much what's gonna be.
Right.
So that, and then when Destiny comes out, you know how it's gonna be. We're gonna be on both of those. And then when we get pissed
Hey,
off at Destiny, we're gonna go back to like Battlefield for a little bit, and then
hey, word.
that's pretty much our lives, man. So
Yeah,
as far
that's
as the
true.
game front goes, not much. I did look at some of that Diablo, and I'm debating whether I should spend my hard-earned cash on that, which I'm probably like, I don't think so. I love Diablo, but I don't know if I can pay $60 for an expansion, man. It's just like I know it comes with the full game and everything, but I don't know. Maybe they'll reduce it in price in like a month or something. I don't know.
Yeah, there'll be something. Who knows? Soon, I would imagine.
Right. So we'll see what happens, and if that goes down, I'll definitely pick that up on the Xbone because I definitely want that. But I do have my PS4 in sight, saving up some paper, so hopefully by my birthday I should have it.
Right. Um, actually, I was kind of waiting for you to admit something that you was
What's that?
playing. You said you was playing a while back. What was
What's
that?
that?
You was playing a while back.
I
What you
don't
say you was
know.
playing? Yeah, come on, man. Think.
What State of Decay?
Yes. Good God Almighty! I gotta yank it out of you.
Eh, I don't know, man. The game's good-ish. I'm just not feeling it.
Look,
feeling it.
look. Number
You know,
one.
you know, you know what kind of gets me salty about some of those things. I've been noticed. I mean, I love next gen. I like getting on my IPS monitor and plugging this thing right. I'm enjoying it.
Uh,
I enjoy playing it. But you know what pisses me off? They ain't jack nizzle out there for me to have fun. So I have to wait till the freaking fall to actually really enjoy my next gen console, and I think that's kind of why I'm upset, because there's nothing with any kind of longevity that you want to play, really. I mean, Battlefield's good, Titanfall's good, but it's just, that's multiplayer. Once you get sick of that, there's no real RPG or real strategy game or anything that you can go to except for Assassin's Creed, and then that becomes repetitive after about 5 hours. So, like, I can't wait. That's why I can't wait for The Witcher, because that's going to bring like a Skyrim level RPG, a whole bunch of, things you can do in it, and, something that's going to last long, that you can actually enjoy.
Trust me. See, Thinking Nation, let me school you for a second.
Please don't.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is another schooling session by your boy Bunny 3000, courtesy of Thinking Nation's Dumb Patootie. Okay, now let me learn you something.
Learn me something.
Okay, there is a reason why all these indie games are out there. All these indie games are fun. All these indie games are growing, getting bigger. There's more of them. Everybody get down on them because there is actually an opportunity in there for them to use, whatever little smaller engines or whatever are these little projects to make something that may not technically be astounding in terms of saying, oh, this thing has like 1080p, 2 million frames per second graphics, and has like Skynet AI and all this other kind of stuff for me to fight against with 2 million people online at the same time, cursing at me and doing all that other kind of stuff at the same time. That's not what indie's about. Indie, ladies and gentlemen, is all about fun, putting some meat into the actual game, and actually attempting to try to have something out there.
Do not disagree.
Different from all the AAA titles, right?
Yeah.
So wait, hold up, not done yet.
Well, how much are they actually even fun? That's my whole point.
There's a lot of them that are. Take, for instance, this game that you were just talking about. Okay? I have been telling you about State of Decay for more than a year. More than a year, right? Now, wait. Now, you admit you have only played the demo, correct?
Yeah.
Exactly. Now, as we were talking, I was
Which wasn't bad.
Right. The demo is fine because it's small, very early version of the game.
Right.
Because there's a whole lot more to the game than what you see in the demo. Basically, all you really got down was just recognizing what the combat's like and recognizing, just the theme of what you actually have to do in the game, right?
Right.
So, I mean, I'll grant you that this is your run-of-the-mill zombie game. You're trying to survive. But the key to this game that actually makes this thing fun is it actually... And all of you ladies and gentlemen out there who have been watching me on my Twitch channel, I know there's like 2 million, y'all. It's just so many.
2 million.
I've actually, yeah, basically. I have actually been streaming actually both of the DLC for the game, doing like my first playthrough on Twitch for each one of them, because I have honestly spent more time playing State of Decay than I have Battlefield 3, and compared to Battlefield 4, I'd say compared to Battlefield 4, and I've dumped a lot of hours in Battlefield 4, I played more State of Decay as well than I have Battlefield 4. And like I was telling you before, the little chunk that you get in the demo doesn't really give you the full scope of what the game can do. It's like I was saying, you're able to go and scope out these different homes or areas where you can make your home base. You're tasked with making outposts so all the hordes don't swarm your base. You have to put them in the right place. You have to set traps. You find other survivors. Each one of these survivors have different skills, because I know you didn't notice that about any of the other people that were there. Everybody.
No, I realized that after my guy died. I mean, but like.
Right after your guy was dead, you were like, "Damn it!" Because he's like the best guy that you had. But
right.
each one of the characters, it's important, of course, to keep them alive and to pay attention to their, I guess they call it their character traits or attributes, because some of them are like one guy might have a bad back, but he's the mechanic of the group.
Right.
Or another girl might be antisocial, meaning that she's going to get into a lot of fights. Or hey, whoa, hey, it's
Whoa, hey guys.
What up, girl?
Grim Phreaker.
What up, girl? How's it going?
Hold on, I'm trying to find. I don't know what happened here. I think my thingy isn't working. Whoops.
That didn't sound right.
Thing is not working. Oh my god. Can you hear us? Nope, she can't hear us. She might be able to see us though. No, I can't hear you now.
Nope, can't hear you either.
We could hear you before, but we can't hear you now. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
She's doing sign language. Dabba dabba. Na 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 na. No, still not winning. So she's still trying to figure that out. The Gremlins, ladies and gentlemen, the Gremlins are back. But so while she's figuring that out, I'll finish schooling Jay.
I know, man. State of Decay is a good game. We don't need to go in demographics of the game. Okay, what I'm saying is I want to play something on my shiny. I don't want to keep going back to my Xbone 360. That's my whole point. Okay, it's not about how good the.
In other words, you are next gen faded. You basically have given up on all your other systems and your next gen.
Well, no, I haven't given up on my system.
What you telling me, son? You telling me
No.
you've given up on your old systems and you next gen faded?
No, I'm not saying that. I am just saying that I would like to have more shiny with my shiny.
It's coming, and in the meantime, you can.
I want it now.
Dude, it's only 15 bones. It's a good game. You can spend a good amount of time in between those moments when you actually messing around, trying to shoot people or trying to like dunk on Bunny or something like that.
I don't, because you don't ever get online. You don't ever want to play. Like, no, I gotta go play Skate of Decay, an ultimate pinball.
Hey, that ultimate pinball is tomato. There she goes. I can hear it. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello.
What up, what up? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, she's back. Oh, I can finally stop talking now. Woo. Oh, okay. Oh, so.
I know, because we were tired of hearing about how great State of Decay is.
We were actually tired of like biding our time trying to, make stuff up so that we could get you in conversation.
Right. Yeah, I haven't yet to play State of Decay yet. Like, I don't know.
Oh, you haven't tried it yet?
I haven't tried it yet. I think that I've just been really distracted by other things on Steam. Like, you know how they have those games that have like special sales on them, like 80% off.
Oh,
and
have
I
mercy.
get distracted really fast.
That happens.
I'm like, $2? Sure, I'll buy it and then play it 3 years later.
Yeah, pretty much. With a game library of like 200 games where like 75 of them you never touched.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, that's a common problem nowadays. Common. So, tell us, Makita, what have you been playing these last couple of weeks? Because I was telling the people that I was lazy last week, and I didn't feel like having a podcast, but y'all was all ready and geared up, rearing to go. Had your Red Bull, it was like shaking and vibrating, and then I was like, no.
Oh.
So yeah, I put the blame on the bunny. Blame's on the bunny, people. Sorry. But yes, tell us, what have you been getting into?
I haven't really played anything this week. I think I'm feeling like, I don't know, I've just been lazy with gaming in general this past week. It's not that I didn't have time. I guess, I don't know, like it was
Just didn't
You know
have
when
the
you get in
feels.
those moods where you're just like, oh, I don't know what I want to play. Like I
Oh
had
yes.
XCOM sitting out, and I'm like, yeah, I want to play this, and then I was like, no, I don't want to play. No, it's all right. But
Right.
like I said, I did. I finally picked up Mark of the Ninja. It
Heard that was
was,
good.
yeah, I heard it was really good too. But it made it even sweeter because I paid I think
$2.
$2 for it on Steam, and I bought this last week I think, and I still have yet to touch it. So there is a problem. You just buy stuff because it's on sale. That's really sad.
No,
But
no, that is not sad. That is the plight of a true gamer.
yeah,
Period.
it happens. And I told myself that I was going to stream last night, but some things got in the way.
Hello?
Things are still in the way. No, Gremlins. I'm a dabber. Hey, Gremlins. Stop it,
Hello?
son. Stop
Hello?
it,
Hello?
Gremlins.
We
Oh,
have 5 black. Hello?
What happened?
I don't know.
What happened?
Sorry, I was
Jason was
doing
like, we have 5 black. Hello.
I was doing my Dave
Wow.
Chappelle.
But
Oh,
yeah,
man.
I told myself that I was gonna stream last night. Some things just popped up because I said if I stream, then I have an excuse to play Mark of the Ninja, and then some things got in the way, and I said I was gonna stream today, but life. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Hopefully Thursday night I can finally stream and play that game.
Stream in peace, right?
Stream in peace. Yes, exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, as I have been telling Jason, I've been in the midst of a State of Decay fest in terms of streaming for like the past couple of weeks, and it wasn't pretty.
Really? Wait, pretty as in the streaming, or pretty as in you were getting killed?
I was getting slaughtered.
Murdered. I was
Yeah.
watching it online. I was laughing my ass off at work.
It was, oh my
Is it
gosh.
multiplayer? It's multiplayer.
No, they at first, when they first made the game, they thought they were gonna be able to, but they ended up not being able to do the whole multiplayer aspect of it because
Oh, that would have been fun.
Yeah, they would have had to start renting servers and setting up server space and pay all that money and then debug everything all over again.
Right.
They didn't really have the money for that, even though they have this nice, huge, shiny new contract with Microsoft. But Undead Labs did a good job with what they had. Like I was saying when I was doing the live stream that the original game, it's relatively easy. Once you get to a certain point, you build up your little community of people, and then the other DLC called Breakdown is almost like a I guess you could call it a speed run version,
Okay.
where they just put different challenges up there, and as you meet all these challenges, you unlock characters that can be a part of your little community that'll help you, and then you escape the area and it restarts again, but it's harder the next time. So you keep trying to go up as many levels as you can to see how far you can progress before you die. And so it's like a slightly different take on the original game, but it's in the same area.
Right.
And then the one that I was playing on the live stream recently was called Lifeline, and that's like, oh my god. And like Jason said, it's just, if you're not paying attention, I was trying to play it the same way that I was playing the original game, and because of that, I got slaughtered.
Now I feel like I have to get it.
I mean, it's good. It's it's a little $15 game. I think it's worth it. I've put hundreds of hours into it because I just enjoy playing it. It's just one of those kind of games for me. But yeah, State of Decay is pretty fresh. I started another playthrough. That I was trying to stream so that I could actually redeem myself. But I got a feeling it's not gonna work. I've already lost like a couple of guys already, so it's already starting to go downhill a little bit.
Wow. Yeah, I definitely. Let me see if I can get that from off of Steam like right now because I love games like that. I
Mhm.
tried. I was supposed to do like a I guess kind of like a journal for the forest, but
Uh-huh.
they were like I think I've said in a previous cast from before that the game is absolutely beautiful, even
Mhm.
with all the bugs in it because it's still in the building process. It was just really awesome, but still buggy, and I'm
Uh-huh.
just like, man, it's
It's
I
one
don't know,
that you love enough that you're willing to
yeah, that you're willing
live
to,
through.
trudge through the bullshit to actually play it.
Right.
So I guess right now, I think I got tired of just like waiting. So
Uh-huh.
now I'm looking for something that's kind of like similar. I mean, I know that State of Decay has zombies in it, right?
A
Oh
whole
yeah.
bunch.
Yeah, it's got a lot of zombies in it,
Yeah.
yeah.
The Forest doesn't have zombies, and obviously I love zombies. So now I'm just like I'm looking for something that's gonna excite me, something with um a moderately hard amount
So
of
this thing
difficulty.
is a horror game? What in the world is it about?
What, the forest?
Yeah.
Well, okay. So
Oh my word,
you
what in the
you
world?
know
I'm
I
looking at
want to
like pictures
say
of it right now. I'm like, oh my word, what in the world?
right. You would I want to say that you like are on vacation or whatever, but in any case, you end up on this plane. The plane crashes on this island, right?
Uh-huh.
So in the midst of the horror, you kind of like you're like half awake, half asleep, and you see some tribesmen take away your son because you're traveling with your son.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah,
Got to
exactly,
kill
right?
somebody.
And when you wake up, it's like you have nothing. Like you have to survive. And you pick up things around you, you make shelters, you have to like make shelters. I mean, you conveniently have like a survival book on you. You just happen to have a survival book and
Oh,
it
that's
teaches
nice.
you right, that's convenient.
Yeah.
And it basically tells you what what supplies you need to build like a small shelter, like a big shelter, or like weapons and stuff. And you
Right.
have to like, cut.
This is how
You
you
have to
make a
put in
chainsaw
work.
out of wood.
Yeah, you have to put in work. Like you have to chop trees. You have to
Mm.
kill animals to get food. You need to make a fire if it gets cold at night. But it's basically like these people are coming for you. Like at nighttime, you make a fire, they'll see that in the distance and they're like, what the hell is that? And they'll come for you. Or if there's only one of them that comes for you, if you don't catch them, they'll run back and go get their people and they'll come and find you again. So it's like it's not really that hard to explain. It's like a survival game, kind of like you have to survive as long as you can. I'm not even sure if there's like an ending to it or if you get to rescue your son or
That's right.
anything
You
because it's
die. Rawr.
right, exactly, because it's in the building process,
Uh-huh.
but it's fun as it is. So if State of Decay can give me that much of an adrenaline rush, I'm all for it.
Probably won't.
Why? Why just wow? What a negative Nancy.
I am. Hey,
That's
you know
okay.
what?
He
Because
wants.
Bees,
He already explained it. He
no,
wants
Bees,
Witcher
no,
3. He don't want
Bees
to
is
play
on the.
anything else
No,
besides about
no,
Witcher 3. And what was the other one you wanted to
no, it's
play?
not that. You know what? Bees be on the nuts of that game, yo.
No, you do it. I have fun with it. I like playing
and
it.
it's,
That's why
and
I
you know
I'm
what it
all
is?
up at.
I've known him for a long time, right? So like, he'll get you gassed up about Dynasty Warriors. That shit is whack.
Oh yeah, I
So
forgot about that.
right, so you know what? What I'm not saying the game is bad because I did play like a half hour demo of it, and it is pretty good, and it's something to keep yourself entertained. But me, I know me, the game wouldn't keep me interested for for that long. I mean, it'll be
Right,
all right. It would be all right, And it's not. It's actually there's a lot of people that play. It gets really good reviews, but it's just
It
I
was
don't know.
one of the year that it came out. It was one of the best. It was rated as one of the best games on the 360 for the year that it came out. And that was what,
right.
2 years ago, or was it
Yeah,
last year? That was like 2 years ago. It was like
2 years
one of the
ago.
best. Yeah, it was one of the best, and it was an indie game when it came
Yeah.
out, which is saying a lot, for the 360. Because in the last couple of years, there's been some big, good games that came out on the 360, and for that one to do that well, it was just a testament to how I thought the good game was good. But yeah, I know Jason. He would lose interest in it because, you can't run around and get a kill streak, and then drop and
Oh,
you can't drop
Oh
a Titan
snap!
on
I
it.
already have State of
Or
Decay.
oh, see, there you go. You probably
must have-
bought it on the Steam sale. It
Right.
was,
I
it was
think
on a Steam sale a while back.
I probably bought it. Yeah. See, there's a problem. I didn't even know I had it on here.
See,
Ding,
what
ding,
does
ding.
that tell you, girl?
I know, right? Stop looking at.
Pop, 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 pop.
Oh man.
Okay,
Crazy.
see, B's trying to diss me because he's like, okay, yeah, I like game with kills.
Look, the only
But
reason
I also like
because I want you
also-
to try the game, which you did do. So I can't say.
I
That's
like
all.
games. I mean, I know that game when I'd probably play it for like a week solid, and then I'd lose interest in it, and I wouldn't
Which
like.
is probably true. Knowing Jay, that's probably what would happen. But I know his wife would probably play it longer, just because she
She would. She would.
like completely devastate this game. She would like school me on it within a few days of her playing it.
Oh yeah, she'll get all the
Oh,
achievements, all that stuff like that. That's how. Like I know when she played Mass Effect, she went through it like 3 times to get the achievement.
Mhm.
Wow.
And she'll get everyone. She'll do that. Like she's pumped. I would gotta say between PS3 and 360, she probably pumped a good 500 hours into Skyrim.
Wow. Yeah,
Yeah,
I can't really
decked
take
out.
Skyrim.
Oh,
It's
you don't like
boring
that
to
one?
me.
See me?
It's boring.
Really? See, to me, that was a fun game. I probably pumped a good 300 hours into that game. I played it for like 4 months straight every day.
Wow.
I
God
Every day.
bless you.
I got to a certain point when I had it on the PS3, and then I like lost the game save due to the. It wasn't necessarily. Let me rephrase. No, I didn't lose the game save. The game save got to a size where the PS3 couldn't handle it.
Right, and it was corrupting your
Yeah,
game saves.
and it was corrupted, and then I was like, I traded it in, and then when I had to start the game over, because I had put a lot of hours into that one character, so I had to completely start over on the 360, and that kind of, took a lot of the steam out of the excitement for me.
Right. Because you did it.
I was like, oh, I've done this mission. Yeah, I remember I did this mission. Yeah, I've done this one too. So, I got to a certain
Well,
point.
see, the
where I
great
was
thing about what I enjoy Skyrim is because even though there was a lot of missions you remember, they had so many. There were like even I went through like 2 playthroughs.
Mhm.
No, actually 3. I went through 3 of them, and there was so much stuff in there. Like I just keep finding new stuff. Like there were things that I didn't do that I thought I did, but I had so many. I mean, I think they said there's well over like 500 missions. I mean,
Oh,
there's
yeah, definitely.
there's so much stuff, and with the DLCs, you got at least another 20 hours per DLC.
Me personally, I think what it ended up being is as I kept playing it, I kept having nostalgia of me playing Morrowind on my PC when I actually had a PC.
Mm-hmm.
And I was getting the feels because I was like, look, I love the fact that it's big, it's huge, but I want mods because that was what drew me to Morrowind in the first place, to be able to go in there and like be able to hunt Pokemon or something. Or all the different mods that the community makes when these games come out, when these Elder Scrolls games come out, are amazing.
Yes.
And you've probably seen some of the like screenshots of people that have like re-rendered Skyrim, and they've like enhanced the graphics themselves, and then they put in, they went and recreated Morrowind on the whole Skyrim thing, kind of like just like if you had Minecraft and like recreated Diablo 2 in Minecraft or something like that,
Right.
There were just always so many mods that when I got to that point where I was like, you know what, I've done this mission and this little storyline before. Let me put in this mod and do like the Underworld movie storyline or do Blade in Skyrim or something like that. You know, there were people that were that into it and spent that much time working on it that they would do something like that in Skyrim. And that's kind of what I was like, as I was playing it on my 360, I was like, it would be cool to have like explosive arrows where, you know, you put the spell on the arrow and then shoot it. All this other kind of stuff happen. They have like 3 spells on one arrow and have it just like explode, suck you into a black hole, and throw you into the sky. You know, I don't know, something like that. And that's all I thought of after a while. You know, I was like, oh man, I want a gaming PC that can handle it. So yeah, Razer, get on that. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, do that.
Hint. Ding,
Do
ding.
that. Are you playing Ice Baby now? Ding, 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 ding.
No, I was just ding as in, you know, Razer over my head. That was my little sound effect. Anyways, the real reason why we hear people, we kind of wanted to go over some of the things that we all heard or that pricked our ears as all of the European gamers were having all of their having their feel good moment when was it, last week? It was all last week, right?
All last week.
Gamescom, all of the developers and indie dudes and everybody was all running around, spitting out new stuff, talking about old stuff, showing new stuff, showing old stuff. But there were some interesting things that came out of Gamescom. I don't think there was really anything groundbreaking or major that really came out of it. But from what you know, Makita, what did you hear, or did you hear anything that really pricked your ears out of Gamescom from any of the developers or publishers?
You know, I personally, I kept myself purposely from listening to Gamescom because of the fact that it's all the way. What is it? You said it's in Germany, right? Germany.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
like, you know, I get a little angry if I hear certain exclusives or certain games are only going to be to Europe. So I'm just like, you know, like F them, you know. So I'm just figuring maybe I'll hear some news about things that are going to be in both Europe and the U.S. But I really didn't want to see something and they'd be like, oh, this awesome game is coming out, but not for U.S. It'll be for Europe.
Right,
Yeah.
Dynasty Warriors 8.
Right.
It already came out. Shut up, Jay.
Sorry, nobody cares about that game except for you.
Hate you, son. Hate you. Oh man. Yeah, I from everything that I kind of tried to keep my ear to, they didn't really have a whole lot of stuff that was, you know, UK exclusive, or not UK. Sorry about that. Europe exclusive. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I think they did relatively well to make certain that everything they spoke about or announced, for the most part, was, you know, for world release. I think the only like exclusive stuff was like maybe bundles.
Yeah, that's it.
They were talking about.
Yeah, the different console bundles that they're gonna have over there that they won't have here.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, you know, they're doing what they can to sell mode. That's about all I can say.
Yeah, pretty much.
But what about you, Jay? Did you hear anything?
I pretty much am in the same boat as you guys. I didn't watch too much of it. I just caught like bits and pieces of clips that were on IGN and like GameStop and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But nothing that we don't already know.
Right.
You know, about upcoming titles, Call of Duty, Destiny, you know, all those fun things.
Yep.
I mean, I did like that white Xbox they had there. That was pretty tight. I want one of those.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
That's
Okay.
you know, nice decals. I mean,
Right, decals.
You know, shiny stuff.
Well, let me give y'all a quick rundown of some of the stuff that they were talking about that came out of there. So, Xbox, and probably the biggest thing I noticed that Microsoft did during the show is that they were almost completely connectless. everything that they spoke about and everything that they mentioned, there was like nothing that had anything to do with Kinect. It's like they've completely abandoned the Kinect, which is just ridiculous. I think it's horrible. But
I don't know about. Well, I mean, I think.
No,
I think
all
they're
the
gonna
money they spent on it and all the, I mean, I know they don't have 10 million Kinects out there, but I mean, they've got a decent crowd of people that have a Kinect.
Well, because they had to buy it though.
Right,
they had
exactly.
to buy it. If you're one of the early adapters, you're gonna have it. But what I think they're doing right now, I don't think the Kinect's completely abandoned. I think they're just gonna revisit it at a later date. Because right now they're focusing on a lot of apps. So, and they're trying to get this this machine to a point where it's becoming this ultimate medium. So I think they're going to focus on that. But the thing is, and people might disagree with me, the Kinect is way ahead of what people are expecting. They're not ready for stuff like that yet.
What? Give me a break. I think that they are. It's just that if Microsoft would actually make something that is attractive.
Well, they're leaving it up to developers to do it, but honestly, how many people can take advantage of what they got there? Not many.
I think they can. It's just, I think it's a combination of it being forced on the users and like when I first got my Xbox 360, I was all about the Kinect because I love being active and jumping on around a place like a maniac and stuff. And I was kind of excited with the Xbox One, but then like if you don't have anything that really takes advantage of it, and then you got all this bad media around it with having all these files going to the government and having to clear it, and kept spying to my home and. You don't have that many games.
They are watching you now.
Not even that. You know what? I think that's probably the background noise going on. What I really believe is gamers are lazy. Okay, first of all, do you really want to talk to your game and tell it what to do when you just sitting there and just have your thumbs twiddling? I think people rather do that than talk to your Xbox and tell it to do things. I think they're that.
Honestly, I don't think that's the case. I think people wouldn't mind using those kind of features if it worked, and I think that was pretty much the underlying theme when it first came out. That because there's so many dialects, there's so many different ways that people say the same thing, that their little algorithm wasn't catching it for everybody. Mm-hmm. And all it takes is those 2 or 3 people that it doesn't work for, that make the biggest noise.
Oh yeah.
Now for it to sound like it's a disaster.
Because
I agree, but I think you're still missing a point here. That you'll always have those people that will do that. The Kinect is a really from a technical standpoint, it's a fantastic piece of machinery, and you're right.
Great when it works. Just like this, it's great when it works.
Well, here's the thing.
Yes.
Here's the thing. For me, for everything that I've used it for, it worked.
Mm-hmm.
The one problem I've had problem with was when I had it hooked up to the and this is when I first got it. It wouldn't, like, how you can change the channels by calling the command. It wouldn't do that. Mm-hmm. And they fixed that within 2 months after launch. But what I'm saying, like. What'd you say? It's 2 months too long?
Yeah.
I mean, that's true. Right. I mean, you do want these things to work well when they come out the box. But here's the thing. Every business has that 80-20 rule. If it works 80% of the time, you know what?
Push it out the door.
Push it out the door. It's a win, and we'll fix the other stuff later.
Yeah, we'll fix it later.
I mean, with that said, that's pretty good. But what I'm saying is, people aren't ready for that kind of interactive gaming yet. And the reason why I say that is, and people might think I'm way off by this, the PS4 sales through the roof. And
that's
people
because of price and a lot of other things too.
Yes, it is. It is price. It does play a part in it, but like when you ask PS4 people about their what do they call their thing? I forgot what the hell they call it. The camera or whatever.
The eye.
The eye. Nobody buys that. because you're right, they're not. Because every time you talk to a person, all four still like one game where I can play, and that's how it is, And that's when the Xbox wanted to watch movies. They want it to be the place where you do everything. But now you have people that are divided that just want to play games, because when you think of Xbox or PlayStation, you want to play games. Now they're adding apps. They're adding all these other functionalities, Connect, multimedia stuff, videos and all of that. And I just don't think, as a whole, the gaming world isn't quite there yet. It's not
I don't
quite
know.
there. I think
if they don't have what would attract users, then why would I want to use it? Like I'm absolutely sure if they had something that was more exciting, to kind of draw users to actually use the Kinect, then it wouldn't be a problem. Like Microsoft was doing too much. Microsoft was doing the most, but they didn't have anything that really kind of platform what they wanted to offer the people. Like I was really, really excited to see, like outside of the Kinect, I was really excited to see what Microsoft had to offer through the Xbox One, but the it factor isn't there. They don't have what it needs to make everybody go, holy crap, I totally need a multimedia console. It's not happening. They
burned themselves with those privacy issues, with always being on, all this stuff, and they kind of killed themselves with that. But with the change of direction, they're trying to remedy that now, which is what, almost a year later, and it's going to take a little time for them to gain some headway with that. And I think they're doing a good job, because right now they're offering a lot more on their console than the PlayStation is, as far as stuff that's available to you. Even just small things like being able to add an additional piece of not a piece of hardware, but hard drive space. That's a big thing. Because people are going to need that in the coming months with all these games coming out. That's a big deal. But as far as the Kinect goes, the big mistake with that was they didn't have a game at launch that supported the Kinect the way they needed it to be.
Yeah,
and that's what killed them. I mean, like,
I think
Kinect
that's
Sports,
the big thing with both of them. I mean,
right? Kinect Sports is fun. Those games are great. I mean, I enjoyed it on the 360. I mean, I played with my kids. We had family members over, bowling, all those things. They're great.
It's not a console seller.
It's not a console seller. It's great for when the Wii did it, because they were the first one to pull that out of the box. That was awesome. But when it comes to this, you need a big title. You need that to work with, like, a Madden. You need it to be exclusive with an NBA game. Something huge. Some RPG game. You need it to not to be one or two commands that you can throw at the thing, because most of the games right now, I mean, like, you can talk to them, but does anybody care? I don't care about calling out plays on my NBA. I just rip them. And that's where they're at.
Yeah.
But once they get a developer to commit to making a game that's like 80% Kinect, and it's a good game, you'll see people will jump on it real quick, and it's going to be a game changer.
This is kind of what I'm talking about, though. Because of this new focus that Microsoft has, which was very apparent at Gamescom, they're pushing everything right now Connectless. Their new bundles, their 1 terabyte bundle, Connectless. Their, regular bundle that's $3.99, Connectless, right? They're doing all these things, and they're just saying, okay, one of the biggest things I noticed is that when they put out this Connectless bundle, they haven't even put a release date on whether or not they're going to sell the Kinect unit itself as an option for when people buy the Connectless thing. And that's kind of telling to me. It's like, okay, now you're selling the Connectless bundle, but if people start using it or whatever, and then they go over to a friend's house and see, their day one that has a Kinect and how well it works, then they say, oh, you know what? it's been, maybe 4 or 5 months after I bought it, without the Kinect. Maybe let me try it and see how it works.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't even announced that yet. They're just
and,
like,
and
whatever.
they won't. Here's the thing. The one reason why they'll never do that is because they're trying to catch up with sales. That's it.
Yeah,
that's right.
The big thing.
What they're doing right now is a sales driving factor.
Right, but the big point I'm trying to make with that is that the developers were pissed when they did that. So you're trying to make all these sales with the Kinectless unit, right? Well, guess what? Your user base for the Kinect games is going to be it's going to be really tiny. It's only going to be those day one people. So all these new sales that they're going to get are all going to be Kinectless, and all these developers are going to look at it and say, "Whew, the user base for the people that are going to be playing with our game is like 1 million people." They're going to look at the numbers and they're going to say, "You know what? No, we're not even going to develop the game. We're not even going to work on it because there's not enough people." It's like looking at the Wii U. It's like there's just not enough people for some developers to even put the energy into it.
To developing a game, right?
Right, to develop something that's exclusive that works with that new little Wii U gamepad or whatever. I honestly think it's a decent little accessory. If they could find developers could find an interesting way to use this. When they announced it, developers were actually interested in it. They were like, "This is cute. This is interesting. I have ideas." But the problem is that all the ideas kind of went out the window when they saw how few people actually wanted to buy it because Nintendo had the price so freaking high. For something that isn't going to be anywhere near what the next gen systems are going to be, and was barely what the current gen systems were. So it was like they kind of dug their own moat. And that's kind of what Microsoft is doing right now. They're digging their own moat.
They are, but
they're not going to really do much anything with Kinect now, which is sad.
Well, I disagree. I think they will. I think you have no choice but to go back to that. You cannot invest that amount of time and functionality into a system and not go back to it.
Oh, I just think they're going about it the wrong way. I'm like, if they're going to do all this stuff, they need to do it in tandem so that they can at least give people, just like we were saying before, give people the option. Because right now they're making the same mistake they did when they when they released the Xbox One. They didn't give people options. They were trying to force feed you. They were trying to say, okay, you have to have the internet. You have to have the Kinect. You have to have this, that, and the third. And now they're doing the same thing. Like if you didn't get the core bundle, you have to have, the full Xbox with the Kinect. You can't get the Kinectless one and then get it later. You have to get this one or this one. They're still not really giving you the option. I think they're making the same mistake personally, But I mean, I think I kind of have faith that they're gonna release it later, but I think they're losing a bit of steam. The little bit of steam that they had in terms of using and doing something with the Kinect with the developers. They're losing because the second they said Kinectless, all the developers were like, "Oh, well."
Well, the thing is,
throw all that out the window.
Here's the thing: nobody, right? I mean, they can go all they want, but if they're not doing anything, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, that's the problem.
You see what I'm saying? Like, that's I think you can blame some of it on Microsoft, but you got to blame it on developers too. If they build a tool to use with their system and nobody takes advantage of it, they can't get pouty faces. They either were like, well, thank God you got rid of this stuff, pump all the rest of the resources into the console. And forget the Kinect and just enjoy your Kinect Sports and call it quits. But you can't give them a puss face. Be like, oh, I mean, if you don't have anything in the works, if you're not putting anything on the table, then don't say anything.
Well, that's the thing. Well, here's an example: harmonics. Now I know nobody was really excited or interested in Fantasia. That was their little pet. That was their little pet project that they got to use with Disney because they're all music heads. They love Fantasia, so to me, all Fantasia really was them getting used to the new Kinect and doing something simple so that they could push out their first game for the Kinect. Me personally, I thought that, and they even almost announced this before they started talking about the Connectless stuff. They were gonna go back to the whole Rock Band thing, and they were gonna innovate the Rock Band franchise with more use of the Kinect. But now that they're seeing that the Kinect is not even going to be a focus for Microsoft, even in the coming months, Harmonix was like, you basically killed us. They were like, our Fantasia, we have to decide whether or not we're even going to release this thing now. They laid off people. They delayed Fantasia. I think they delayed Fantasia or something like that. I haven't even heard anything about Fantasia since then. It was like they got so pissed because they slit Harmonix's throat the second they did that. It's like the only thing they're going to be able to do now is Just Dance or Dance Central or whatever.
That's right.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's Dance Central because I think Just Dance is. I think that one's already out now or something like that.
Yeah, I think that was one of the launch ones.
Yeah. So I mean, it's like they killed it. Just right off the bat, they just killed it. And Harmonix said that they put out hate mail on Twitter to Microsoft when they announced the Kinectless console, and they were basically, saying nope, no more Kinect.
Right.
I mean, that's the problem. I mean, the developer is going to look at it. They're going to look at the way that you're coming across to the consumer, and if you aren't promoting that, then there's no point in them trying to develop for it. Because they have to do their books, they have to do their numbers and stuff too. They just can't create something and just hope people buy it, like an indie group. Because I mean, they gotta pay the bills too.
Right.
You might have to wait and see whether that game Star Citizen that raised like $50 million on Kickstarter to see whether or not they decide to have Kinect now that they have like what $25 million more than they probably really need for that game.
Yeah.
Maybe you know what? We're gonna revive Kinect. We're gonna throw Star Citizen on the Xbox One.
They might.
Somebody. It's like you said, Jay. Somebody's gonna have to, but they're gonna have to have deep pockets because they're the way they're gonna have to approach it.
They're gonna have to deep pockets, or Microsoft's gonna have to front some of that stuff because you can't.
The only way.
Right, you can't. I mean, like they've locked out with like guys like Bungie, and 343 and stuff like that that have pretty good stuff going on for them. But like, if they want the Kinect to be successful, they're gonna have to put some dollars behind it. They're gonna have to get one of these really big and it's not even getting a big game. It's having the game do well, where other people could follow it and say, this is a success. As far as them, having the Kinect, sold separately, I think you're going to see that pretty soon. It'll be. I mean, I'd be shocked if they don't do it. That'd be really stupid because you want people to start buying these up. You can't abandon that, and I think that'll get developers back online or give them some sense of security by doing that. But right now, I think
what they're concentrating on now.
What's that?
And the thing that I was hoping that they would try to concentrate on, and that's their indie market. Their id at
ID at X
XCOM, whatever something. They're concentrating on that, which is something else they needed to concentrate on.
Yeah, people knew that was coming, so I don't think too many folks were worried about that. But
I would.
Really? Well, I mean, they had that what was it, the way they wanted to release the games, and that was a big issue.
Yeah.
But I think they worked a lot of that stuff out, with this new guy. But right now, people, they're talking about the Kinectless bundle. You know what, dude? They're trying to get sales because right now, PlayStation, they don't have a choice. So a lot of people.
10 million.
Right, and what are they at? Like 6, maybe? I think barely or close to that.
I think they
little higher.
I think they barely have 5 million. I think
barely have 5, right? So I mean, like me personally, I wouldn't fight that battle because I mean, the console's only been out for a year, and you know what really is going to decide whether the console's successful or not is whether people are making games for it. That's pretty much it. So, I would have given it at least a chance, and I hear what you guys are saying. Give it a chance to breathe a little bit. Don't abandon, or not abandon it, but put it on a back burner so fast.
Right, exactly. My thought is kind of like I said. If you're going to put it on the back burner like that, at least put it out there and give people the option to come back to it later, so that you don't show such a bad face to the developers. In terms of saying, hey, we just don't want to do this anymore.
Right.
But yes, since the conversation kind of derailed, there were some other things
that we wanted to talk about.
Something else.
that they were discussing in Gamescom. I was going to kind of run through the list real quick just to see if any of you noticed or were interested in it. We did kind of talk about the bundles. They had like we said, the white Xbox One, the terabyte hard drive Xbox One bundle that'll be with it.
Out of everything, talk about the Kinect. I think that's ripped. You know what I'm saying? Well, now you're gonna try like that 1 terabyte shouldn't even be coming out now, man. Because I feel ripped because I went out and I got a hard drive. I got a terabyte drive. Now they're gonna have a bundle with a terabyte drive on like bastards.
Yeah.
See, this is why I waited. Because I said to myself, I'm not going to be a thirst bucket and get a new gen console. Everybody's like, you're taking an Xbox 360. I'm like, no, I'm going to wait.
Don't you wait.
And now here it comes, and now I can gladly spend my money while everybody else feels ripped off.
I do feel a little burnt by that. When I'm like, hold on, they're coming out with a 1 terabyte joint already. And you know what's messed up about it, Makita, is because that 500 gig is really like 3.
Right, because it already has like
everything
software
else
on there.
Yeah, all that software you load it up. You want to keep your game clips? Give me some space. Give me some space. Give me some space, right? And by the time you're done, like I remember, who is it? IGN did it. When the console first came out, you could only load like 10 games on there, and that was it. You were done.
Wow.
That's without DLC, without updates.
That's right.
That
you were
was
done.
That was before Xbox had released any of their updates, which they've been putting out every
like mad.
So yeah, it's. I mean, at the very least, they did at least open up the ability to use external drives.
Which is key, and I'm surprised PlayStation didn't do it. It's weird because it's funny about how they release stuff. Like I would like to see on Xbox One, which I'm sure it's coming soon, is the pre-downloads. So if a game comes out, you can download it, buy it down, have it ready for when it goes off.
Yeah, I think
PS4 has that, but they don't have the expansion for your hard drive, and people are like, what the hell? When am I going to get this? Now I'm over here enjoying my external hard drive because I needed it. Let me tell you, the amount of stuff I have loaded on mine, it came in handy,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's vice versa. So it's kind of funny how they're doing these things. It's just, I think it's weird to me. I think that what they're probably doing, having like top secret phone calls, like how Adam West used to do with Commissioner Gordon. Have a big red phone. Hey, Microsoft, what you releasing this month? Hey, PlayStation. I'm like, you assholes.
Oh man. So yeah, that's what they got going on the hardware front. They were talking about some of the other options they're going to open up: the DLNA support, USB media playback, a boot to TV option. That are coming soon. They kind of ran through a kind of a rough patch also because of all the shifting that Microsoft was doing, all that exclusive programming that they were planning on doing. They kind of backed off, and they kind of got rid of that whole division, I think. But the stuff that they were in process of creating for exclusive content, they're still going to do, like the Halo show, It was already picked up by, I think, Showtime anyways.
Yeah.
The other thing with Seth Green and was it Sarah Silverman?
What's that?
The little comedy bit show that they were going to have, I think that's still coming as well. But like the stuff going forward that they hadn't started on, I think they kind of kiboshed. But I think some other studio is working with Microsoft, and they might revive the deal somehow. Where Microsoft isn't the one solely doing it, they're gonna work with the studio to kind of work on their exclusive content. So they I think they basically just announced and showed a little bit of the Halo TV show or something like that, and just talked
I'm
about.
interested in seeing that.
Yeah, I think it'll be decent. I think it's interesting that they actually got Showtime to kind of buy off on showing it also. So, at least they'll be able to do whatever they want rather than having to worry about, making it PG or G or whatever and it, just sucking balls. But sorry. But and I think that's what every, Halo fan kind of is worried about. But I mean the little the little mini series that they did was pretty good. I mean, it was pretty decent. I mean, it has promise. So I think people are kind of eager to see how they expand on it. So, they also had their little controversial, exclusivity, not exclusive, Rise of the Tomb Raider reveal, that kind of burned people.
Now, is that an exclusive for like a year, or is it?
Yeah, it's like a timed exclusive. It's not really an exclusive. They had to clarify that afterwards, and I think Sony kind of ended up tripping up too, because I think Sony was going to announce it or something like that, and then they had to step back, and they were like, it's not? Well, it is. When? They just...
Maybe next year?
Yeah,
right.
They kind of messed up on that whole thing. Of course, they talked about EA Access a little bit. They revealed that Evolve is coming in January. The beta... The Xbox One only beta for Evolve is coming in January. The game's releasing in February. There's some DLC that'll hit Microsoft. Hit the Xbone before the other systems.
The Call of Duty stuff, right? I think.
Yeah, the big stuff that Xbox was really revealing was the Call of Duty Advanced Warfare multiplayer reveal, where they gave a boatload of information about, everything they're going to be doing in there. Did either of you guys see any of that?
Nope.
I saw that.
I'm not a Call of Duty fan, so.
What about you, Jay?
No, I saw that. And I actually, saw some of the gameplay they had for Call of Duty. Still not impressed. And what I did like, and I don't know, they're not getting a lot of press on it. EA's doing was pretty good with it seems like if you get that EA All Access thing there, you get longer demos. So when demos come out, like they have for Madden 15, they get a 6-hour demo.
Right,
which is nice, so you can actually, enjoy that, and it's just not stripped down portion of the game, it's the whole thing.
Well, yeah, and since you conveniently just hop, skipped, and jumped right over the Call of Duty thing that I kind of laid out there, because I was actually going to talk a little bit about it.
Call of Duty's wax said. Call
of Duty is what it is, and that's basically all I'm going to say. Well, that's not all I'm going to say about it.
Man, they milked that ish for like the last 10 years or whatever long it's been out, and it's murder at this point now, man. It's brutal.
Well, we'll see. There's still a big community that's out there. There's a big community of people that still like Black Ops 2.
Oh yeah,
they thought Black Ops 2 was I won't say it was the pinnacle, but it was enough to keep the hardcore Call of Duty fans interested, especially since Ghost was kableh, Right. So a lot of them basically just went back to Black Ops 2. I think when they actually did the reveal, and I thought it was kind of interesting because I did an article on just different things that I thought they could used to kind of innovate the genre that they're using a little bit. And they actually did incorporate like one of the things that I had on that list, that they basically have been standing on with the Borderlands series, and that's loot. So that now, they kind of took from Battlefield. They're using those battle packs, which they're calling supply drops, and they're gonna start using different little pieces and gloves and shoes and helmets and stuff for you to customize your guy and everything.
And jetpacks.
No jetpacks.
Yeah, they got these stupid jetpacks, yo.
They have jetpacks, but that's not in the supply drop. Listen, Thicket, listen.
Man, that shit is still. Where's that from? Titanfall.
See? No, that's not what I'm. Listen, shut up for a second, okay? What I was trying to say was that they have loot. They have loot in this now, so that now they're going to start using the different weapons that you have. Of course, you'll have your base weapon, just like in Borderlands, and then you'll have other enhancements and other penalties to different weapons, and they'll put different skins on them and everything. And of course, that'll keep the diehard guys in there long enough, because they're going to try to grind, try to get to some of those community challenges and get the special weapon or this special weapon or something. So they've got little things in there that they're going to try to use to get the community to come back and to stay on if they get in there and they actually like the core gameplay. And from what I heard, all that stuff that you're talking about, Jay, all the backpacks and all other kind of stuff, they're actually going to have options in there so that you can remove it if you don't want it. So that, because they're really making a big push for esports. They want this to be a standard for esports for, I guess, the next year or something like that. So they're trying to put in little features in there that'll be good for esports, like LAN parties. You'll be able to use LAN parties with it, so that you don't always have to get online and do private, sessions and all that other kind of weird stuff, which I thought was a decent feature to add because they'd been screaming for it for all the other ones. They also had different things that they're going to be using for the exosuit, all the different abilities and stuff. They aren't going to have parkour or anything, but they are still going to supposedly have the speed and the mobility, which could make things a bit more interesting when it comes to, all those people that are sniping and, just running around no-scoping, that, which is what drives me crazy. I can't stand that. But I did see that there was some push in there that they're looking to bring it back to what made Black Ops 2 decent, which is what I think the whole Call of Duty community is looking for at the very least, because I think at this point we all know they're probably not going to innovate this thing to a point where it's going to bring everybody back, but at least they can bring it back to a level where they have the same interest, where people will be playing it and have decent sized matches and a decent sized community playing it for up until the next one comes out, which I think they could probably do based off of what I saw. I'm interested enough to where I'm probably going to get it.
I think I'm going to wait till it gets to like $10, and then I will buy it.
That'll be when the next one comes out.
Yeah, it's played out. There's nothing else you can do with that franchise that's going to make it any better than it's already been. If you like it the way it is now, I think you're golden. If you're looking for them to innovate the game, keep looking, because you ain't going to find it. Because every other game, even the good ones, like, that are supposed to be good, like that Destiny beta, when I played it, I'm like, why am I playing Call of Duty in space? But, I'm going to give it a shot because it has a really good storyline. It's open world, and I got to get over the fact that it plays exactly like it. I just think people are wearing out that first-person thing to the max, man. And it's all Call of Duty controls, every single game.
Hey, it's like they say, if it sells, they're going to jump on the bandwagon. And that's basically, what's been happening.
Yeah, it is. But I just think as far as what Call of Duty's done, they've done some really good things. And it's definitely paved the way, how, a lot of, first-person games are being played. I mean, just not, shooting games, but, fantasy games, the whole nine. But as far as that franchise goes, I don't really see what else they can do to make it fun, or not fun, but different, or hitting those boundaries or whatever. They don't have nothing else. Those guys are through. And after playing Ghosts, I mean, I know they have different studios doing it now, but Ghost was just like, wow, and they hyped that up. Everybody's like, oh,
Ghost was garbage.
They were like, oh, Ghost is gonna be the jam, blah 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 blah. And then when you get there, you're like, oh my god, the hell is this?
Well, see,
it was as bad as Call of Duty 3, bro.
We knew it wasn't going to be good when they said that the big innovation that they were going to have in the game was the squads and the dog. When we heard that, we were like, no, thank you.
Pretty much.
I mean, I like dogs, but I'm sorry, it's not going to.
And the fish AI.
The fish AI.
But Makita, I have something for you, girl. Have you seen the 35-minute gameplay on IGN of The Witcher 3?
No, I haven't. That happened?
It happened.
It happened. You could go replay it, girl. Get on there after this and go look. I'm gonna go look. 35 whole minutes.
Oh man.
Yes.
Now I can't really wait. I can't wait because I think I mentioned before when I was at E3 last year, I saw when they had like a build. They were still working on it. Well, they're still working on it now, but early stages, and I was just like, the heavens must have opened up and given their powers to CD Projekt Red, because that game is going to be sick as fuck. Like, I am just so... the wait for 2015 is going to be so worth it. I know it. I know it already. I know it.
That's the big reason why I need a PS4, because I want it on a PS4.
Say word.
And I can't wait, man. I've opened everything that comes out about it. I'm like on it. I want to see it so bad. The game is just intense. Now, did you play 2?
Huh?
Did you play The Witcher?
No, I haven't played The Witcher 2. No.
That's actually really good. The one thing I don't like about it's not complete open world, so you get, once you're done with a section, you can't go back. So once you leave, you can't go back. That's the only downer about 2. But as far as storyline goes and the things you can do in the game, very, very well put together. I mean, it's a good combat, good storyline. I mean, good side quests. I mean, when you kill something, it's very satisfying because you can make armor out of it. You can sell it. You can make you can make potions out of stuff. So it's really in depth, really good. And I can't. Let me tell you, I just can't wait. I just can't wait. I need Witcher 3 in my hand right now. CD Projekt, if you're watching this, which you probably aren't, send me a copy. I need a beta test for y'all.
Which is actually a good segue, since we were talking on PS4. We didn't have an opportunity to talk about anything Sony did. Sony managed to talk a little bit about some of the offerings that they had. I think probably one of the bigger ones that they had was the creator of what was it? The creator of Resident Evil. No, that wasn't the one. The new Silent Hill game, I think, was one of the bigger ones. Hideo Kojima, and how do you pronounce his name? Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah.
They're both working together on this one, and they had a little bit to show, and I think people were kind of psyched for it. They also announced Hellblade, which is supposed to be kind of related to Heavenly Sword, I think, which was an early PS3 game. DayZ is coming to PS4. It won't be exclusive, but it'll be a timed exclusive, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Bloodborne, which is supposed to be kind of like Dark Souls, but not so unapologetic. It's not as difficult, apparently.
that looks like some of the demos for that. That looks pretty good.
Hmm. And they, I think they talked a little bit more about PlayStation TV, and really, I think that's about it. Aside from them just boasting that they had 10 million in sales.
Mm.
All right, they're gonna rub that in. Let me tell you that.
Oh yeah.
I would
mean,
too, yo. 10 million. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah,
That's
a big
that's
investment.
very impressive.
And unfortunately, it's not 10 million in 1, 2, or 3 yet.
Yeah.
We will. But was there anything else that you guys had heard that you wanted to bring up and let the people know about or talk about?
Nope.
Nope.
Not that I can think of.
No,
That's
I think
right, I
we
don't
covered
think so.
everything that I was trying to get across there. Those bundle packs do look nice. I'm looking at them right now.
So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's probably a show for us. Definitely make certain you go back, take a look at some of our old episodes. We're gonna probably start shifting and changing things up going forward. So definitely stay tuned for some, I guess you could say, big news. It's big news for us. So we might start broadcasting on a Twitch channel going forward from this point. So definitely keep your ears pricked. We're definitely going to have some news on that coming soon.
Big time, big time.
Yep.
Yeah,
We're going to
boy.
have a lot more streaming sessions that we'll talk about. We'll try to see if we can actually get Jay to stop playing NBA with them scrubs and actually play some stuff that y'all want to watch and see. And we're gonna get Makita in here. She's gonna play. What?
That's right,
What did you
Makita.
said you were gonna jump on?
Makita's gonna jump on NBA too.
Yeah, right.
She's
Yeah,
like,
right.
yeah,
I think,
Maybe she'll
I
do
don't know.
Decay. Maybe she'll do Mark of the Ninja. Maybe she'll
Maybe I
do
will.
Maybe she'll do Goat Simulator. Who knows? But she'll let you know.
Yes.
Goat Simulator.
So yeah. But yeah, we're gonna have a lot more streaming sessions coming. I'm hoping that I'll actually be able to figure out how to get a few video reviews and stuff out there going on. So it takes a lot of time. I'm realizing it takes a lot of time to put some of that stuff together. So hopefully I'll be able to figure it out in between the little ones and all the other stuff going on. But Makita, let the people know what ZGO's got going on.
You know, it's been pretty slow lately. As far as game
Gaming
news, yeah, just gaming period. It's been really, really slow. Like I said in the last podcast, we're basically preparing for New York Comic Con, so that's going to be like a huge thing for us. Yeah, this is the first time that we're going there as that was a funny face. It's going to be the first time we're going there as press. So definitely look out for a lot of coverage as far as comic books and video games, and we're looking to get our noses into interviews, hopefully with some developers, game developers, and comic book writers and artists. So yeah, that should be coming up really, really soon.
Nice. Looking forward to it. We'll be there as well. Finally pop Jay's cherry when it comes to Comic Con this time.
Boo! Yay!
Yeah. Don't hate. You're gonna lose your mind when you get there, Jay.
I'm losing my mind right now.
But yes, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, keep your ears locked. We're gonna have some big news. We're gonna have all the links for all of our Twitch channels, all of our social media, links and everything on the episodes post. Also, wanted to let you guys know that I've been working with this new group that we'll be involved with soon, Ladies of the Round Table Nation. They have this donation drive that's called Extra Life that I'm assisting, and you'll be able to get a little bit more information about that on the post as well. I'll have a little area down low, but basically it's just a donation drive for the Children's Miracle Network hospitals all over the U.S. And basically what they're organizing is kind of an international day of play on October 25th and October 26th. And just gamers that'll be involved or be trying to drum up donations for this for whatever their local children's hospital of choice is. And on that day, all of the gamers that are involved are going to attempt to play for 24 hours straight. That's not going to happen for me. I'm letting y'all know. I'm going to do as many hours as I can. But what I'm going to actually try to do is try to see if I can get in maybe some other developers or something to get some giveaways, maybe some gift cards, some games, or a headset or two or something for any of the people that donate to my donation drive. So I'll try to set that up, schedule it on Twitch and just stream as much of it as I can on that weekend and try to do some giveaways, make it fun, and make it charitable. So look for information on that as well on the podcast posts. Looking for the word, sorry. And that's about all we have, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for being here with us. I know you're eager for the next episode. Just gotta wait till next week. Or you can just watch all the old ones. But thank you guys so much. This is BJ Bunny 3000 along with
the dirtiest of the helmet
and the beautiful
Makita, the Grim Phreaker.
All right, there she goes. Yeah.
It was kind of like delayed.
It sounded like but yes, thank you guys for being here. We love y'all. See you next time.
Peace.
Bye.